Hello, friends. Today we come to one of the most well known Psalms, if not the most well known Psalm, Psalm number 23. Now, if we look at the Psalm from verses 1 to 3, the psalmist presents God as a shepherd. And he starts the psalm by declaring, "The Lord is my shepherd." God is like a shepherd because what God does for his people and what shepherds do for their sheep are very similar. The psalmist says, "He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake." This is to say that the shepherd provides everything for his sheep. And this is possible because the shepherd knows where the green pasture is, and because he knows where to find water for his sheep. And this is also possible because he knows the right path where his sheep should go. Therefore, it is very important for the sheep to trust the shepherd and go wherever he leads. If any sheep wanders away, that sheep is in great danger. In other words, the sheep that does not follow the leading of the shepherd will not only miss food and water, but will become an easy target for the wild animals lurking around. And this is also true of God and us as well. You see, God knows the best for us. Not only he knows, but he wants the best for us. But if we are not ready to follow him and his leading, if we are not ready to walk in his ways, then we are also in danger of missing out what is meant for us. The life of abundance, joy, and peace that comes from our good God. Listen, everyone. We need to accept the fact that God knows our life better than we do. And therefore, we should humbly trust in his wisdom and his goodness. Shall I tell you this? That many of us are guilty of trusting ourselves and trusting in what the culture around us today is saying, more than we trust God and his ways. Friends, we need to trust God and his wisdom and walk in his ways and follow his leading. Now, if we come down to verse 4, the picture is different from what we have been talking about. It talks about going through the valley of the shadow of death. You see, life of sheep do not end in the green pasture or in the quiet waters. At the end of the day, they have to come back home. And as they come back home, on the way, they will have to pass through deep, dark and dangerous places. Now you can say, wait a minute, you just said that the shepherds know the right path for the sheep to go. Obviously they know, but maybe the psalmist is saying that even the best road or even the right path are not without dangers in them. Even the best path, even the right path has dangers in them. So when sheep goes through or pass through those places, they are not afraid because they know that the shepherd is with them and that they are protecting them with his rod and staff. Again, like shepherds, God will not leave us alone when we go through challenges in our life. He will be with us. He will walk with us through those moments. But people like Christopher Hitchens would say, what good is it of a God who has the ability to make life free from challenges, sufferings, and pains, but is not doing that. But instead just tells us that He is with us when we go through those moments in life. I mean, He has the ability to make life free from suffering, but He is not doing that. And just telling us that He is with us when we face sufferings. What is it? Listen, everybody. Biblically speaking, humans are responsible for the predicaments that they are in today. And so God justly can say, clean up your mess and leave us alone. But God will not do that. First of all, He is working to fully restore the world. And secondly, in the meanwhile, He is comforting us, strengthening us, and helping us as we go through those dark valleys of life. Lastly, in verses 5 and 6, God is presented to us as generous host. He welcomes the psalmist, anoints his head with oil, which was the custom of the people of that part of the world to welcome the guest, and then he prepares food and drinks on his table so that he can come and enjoy his providence. Now, all these things take place in the very presence of his enemies, the enemies of the psalmist. What a wonderful scene this is. First of all, the Creator is serving his creature. Isn't that beautiful, friends? I came to serve and not to be served, said Jesus Christ. Can we be like our God? Can we serve each other with humility? And the second picture is that of abundance of food and drinks on the table of God for the psalmist. And the third picture is that of complete security that the psalmist finds in the presence of God. You know, he's feasting on the table of God in the very presence of his enemies. And those enemies could not do anything to him. What a complete security that he finds in God. Now the psalmist sums up the Psalter by saying, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. In other words, goodness and steadfast love of God will pursue him, not once, not twice, but all his life. We are prone to wander away from God, everybody, you and me. We know it, right? In spite of the fact that there is abundance, that there is joy and peace and security in God, our human nature is such that we want to go our own way. We want to move away from that place. We are prone to wander into dark and dangerous places. And God knows who we are. He knows our wandering nature. And He will do just what is needed to pursue us, to chase us down, and bring us back every now and then with His steadfast love and goodness. And because of this goodness and the steadfast love of God, pursuing Him, bringing Him back every now and then, now the psalmist is confident that he will be in God's presence all his life. You know, for Christians, the only hope of making it to the end is the faithfulness of God. The God who will not give up on us even when we fail. The God whose love remains constant through our ups and downs. Whether you are walking on a mountain or down in the deep valley, you are not alone, for God is with you. Thank you for listening, and God bless you.